Can you spare any change for a dying queen, darling? I mean, I am dying. I know you don't believe me, but I know what I'm talking about. Yes, I do. Us queens know what we're talking about because we're for liberation. Yes, we are. Look at the Stonewall. When I first came to New York, all pressed and clean in a white shirt and tie, what my mother brought me, I heard about the Stonewall, so I thought I'd go over and check it out. And Lord, men are dancing with men, and one more gorgeous than another, and way in the back were my sisters, honey, turning it out in gold flame and wigs for days. So, I was hanging out in the Stonewall one night, talking to Miss June, who was feeling low and nodding out on downs, when she looked up at me and said, "Them pigs coming here tonight, they better stay off my motherfucking case." And she was right, because we wasn't bothering nobody, just hanging out and being ourselves, when don't you know, sure enough, the whistle done blew and in they come, pushing and shoving everyone just like a bunch of pigs. And ain't nobody said nothing, because in them days, if you was gay, you didn't say you was gay. So they're pushing and shoving and nobody said nothing till them came to the queens. Then this pig comes up and gave Miss June one big slap, knocked her down, ripped her just and scratched her face. Now, darling, anybody will tell you that a queen is sort of a soft-hearted, easygoing person who you can sort of shove around. But darling, let me tell you this. There are two things you cannot do to a queen. One, you cannot rip a queen's dress. And two, don't you ever, never, and ever touch the face, honey. Well, Miss June got up screaming and yelling when this pig goes to hit her again, so I said, "Hey, why don't you leave her alone? She ain't bothering nobody." And he turned to me and said, "Shut up, you sick faggot." Now, darling, you can call me a lot of things. You can call me a queer. You can call me a cocksucker or a crazy fool. But ain't nobody got no right to call me a piece of wood. That's right, a piece of wood. I looked it up one day and it was right there in the Webster's. A faggot is a piece of wood. And darling, I ain't no piece of wood. And I was telling Miss Pig this when he came to knock me. Then Miss June picked up a chair and swung it, and everybody started screaming and fighting, and queens were getting their faces scratched. Honey, and you know what that meant. And the next thing I know, we all wound up in the tombs again. Them pigs done busted up our fun, busted up our heads, and just plain old busted us. But that was okay, honey. Yes, it was. Because that was the beginning of gay liberation in New York. And in the world. Yes, it was. And now everybody done forgot who done what and why and how. You know, sometimes when I pass one of them gay bars where I see my brothers and sisters having a good time and turning it out in all their liberated glory, and I see hanging over that bar a sign which says, "No drunks, no dogs, no drags." Can you imagine comparing me to a dog? Well, honey, I just want to break right down, but I just pay it no mind. That's right, darling, because once you 86 me, I tip. And once I tip, I stay tipped. And they can 86 me out of every gay bar in the village, and they can 86 me out of every gay bar in New York. And honey, they can 86 me out of every gay bar in the world. And I pay it no mind because I got friends. Yes, I do. And I do know who my friends are. My friends are people who love their gay sisters and brothers, including the queens. My friends are people who got change to spare. And my friends are people who smile at me and understand when I say, "Can you spare any change for a dying queen, darling?" So, next time you're in one of them bars that has that sign, "No drunks, no drags, no dogs," the next time you see them turning one of my gay brothers or sisters, honey, you just dig real deep down into your pockets and take some of that change you're saving for your cold beers and your hot dogs and get over yourself and spare some change for a dying queen, darling.